What's good, boys and girls? It's your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog out here in these streets. And it's about to start raining. Um, so I just had to go through this because, I go through a lot of my old videos because I get so many notifications about comments. And the comments are like, oh, do you really make 100,000 a year? Do you really do this? Do you really do that? And here's the problem. A lot of people are trying to do too many things when they could really hyper focus onto two or three and be 200,000, 300,000, $400,000 income. Now, before I get this rolling, yes, I am getting the text notifications set up today. So in the next live, because I'm gonna do 2 lives today, I'm probably gonna do a live later tonight about credit because I got so many freaking emails and so many messages and so many questions about the Ultra Fico still. I still have a bunch of people asking questions about what to look forward to in 2019 and how to get like high amount of credit cards. And I'm like, okay, we'll just do another live later tonight and we'll get a lot of those things answered. So for those of you who send me all those emails and I didn't answer, you know why I didn't answer. You know the rules here. So I'll answer a lot of those in the live. But anyway, the point of the story is a lot of times people are saying, well, Eric, I just want to make 100K. I want to make 100K. And you have to understand like where people are in levels. A lot of people say, well, Eric, 100K ain't nothing in California. It ain't nothing in New York. But if half of working Americans make $30,533 a year, me talking about 100,000 a year does what? It triples the income of several people, maybe you, maybe not you, watching these videos later, figuring out what they want to do. And a lot of times people, there's an app on my phone, you guys, and it's called DealMachine. And I only put it on there because house buying Brian Erigbo, I don't want to mess up his last name, it's African, out of Houston, but he's house buying Brian. You can go check out his channel. He'll be on the Max Maxwell event stage talking in March, and he's done a lot of great stuff. Now, what the problem is, he made 100,000 part-time. Wow. Working video, right? Yeah, no worry, NC administrative. I'm literally getting the text notification list put in. I'm getting the text notification list put in. We're not talking about infinite banking concept. We're not talking about it. So if that's what you want to hear today, you can probably log off. But the key here is we're getting the text notification list put up today because you know what? We cannot depend on YouTube. We just cannot. Sorry, Skynet, it does not reward people like it should for great content, for consistent content, and we have to be okay with that. So, moving on to the conversation. A lot of times, what I was talking about was Brian Igbo, and he had this thing called DealMachine in his phone. It's an app. You guys can get it. You can check it out. And a lot of people say, well, Eric, I want to wholesale. I want to do this. But, driving around, writing all these addresses down and doing all this stuff is so time consuming. But then when you talk to people about how are they going to get to $100,000 income, how are they going to get there, they don't have a plan. And a lot of times what I tell people is focus on one thing and hammer the crap out of it. So you have Brian, who has a great channel. He's working for like ExxonMobil, oil in Houston, making great income. A lot of people say, well, dude, you're making great income. Why are you so focused on, doing this wholesale, this real estate thing on the side? But at the end of the day, it's because that is long-term play. That's long-term wealth. You can dig all across YouTube. You can dig across every forum. You can dig all over the place you want. But at the end of the day, every time you dig, guess what you're going to see? Real estate. Some way, some shape, one form. That's why it's, in our economy, when they talk about, something going wrong with real estate or something happening, it's important. And a lot of people sit up and pay attention because it's such a driver of the economy. But also the fact is, like when I did the South Carolina video, and I was talking about in South Carolina, there are generations of kids who literally own 10 or 20 little cheap rentals across the way in North Charleston, South Carolina. They would never live over there. They would never be over there, but their families own these properties for so long. And the people living in the houses have been living there for 15 years, 20 years, paying $400, $500, $600 rent forever. It's like, you know what I mean? Money is exchanging hands. And like when you try to break out those concepts to people that I know, black families in Greensboro who's owned 20 houses for years. And sometimes they get new tenants, but a lot of times it's the same people looking for safety, security, and cheap rent and will stay for years and years. So when people try to tell me about all these different ways and techniques to make money and they can do this and that, yeah, there's a million business ideas out there. There's a million concepts, but I always try to think about the person who's watching this channel or could potentially be watching this channel. And again, I'm not going to do it through mostly in this video, but I'm going to do a video later tonight live where I have my text notification list set up and everything for you guys to get the number if you want to be notified when the channel's live. But essentially, I'm telling y'all, real estate, credit, and a sound business are worth their weight in gold. They just are, right? And I get it. Bulk of people will always have jobs, and that's fine. But be building something on the side. Now, I was watching, and more about this DealMachine. Let me finish what I was going to say. This DealMachine app, essentially what you can do is you take a picture of the house. And when you take a picture of it, it gets all the owner's information, phone numbers, everything it can scrub off the internet. That's why I told y'all big data is very important. It's all public records, things they can scrub off the internet. So what you do with it, you can send a postcard to that person and say, hey, is this your house? I would like to buy it. Now, everybody talks about Land Glide. It's similar but different. And the reason I like the DealMachine is because of the picture aspect. And the reason I was talking about it is because I put it on my phone and I'm going to test it out, right? I'm going to actually test it out for the next, 21 days. But this is the kicker. In the app on the phone, you can set it to keep sending out postcards. Every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, every 30 days, every 60 days, your choice. And what people don't understand is, if you were to commit to wholesaling, I brought Nina on. We're gonna probably bring her back on at some point in the future. She was a little nervous, camera shy, which was funny, but she gives out gold nuggets. Her, House Buying Brown, all these people. But look at what they're doing. They're doing a consistent thing every day, every day, every day. Yes, House Buying Brown is gonna buy an apartment, but not right now. His whole focus right now is consistently doing what? Talking to more people, potentially closing more deals, and there you go. And he's gonna exit his job. His job's 6 figures, but he's gonna exit it. And many people will be breaking their necks to get a $120,000 job in Houston. But that's the difference, right? You have to have a goal in mind. His goal is apartments long term. So again, when I'm talking on this channel, and yes, there's a lot of different people I bring on this channel, everything is not going to be for you, right? You have to pick which thing works for you, which thing could be your thing. Because at the end of the day, I was in this girl's channel, and this girl lost like 100 pounds, and I was like totally proud of her. Like, I watch those channels while I'm working out at the gym just as inspiration, because I think it's amazing. And a lot of times, I know it's going to sound cliche, but guess what? All those people ever say in their videos is, I ate right and I exercised. And this is what I ate, and I drank a ton of water. And no matter the video, I keep hearing the same concept, and I laugh because people are always like, yeah, we know you drink water, but what else did you do? We know you worked out, but what else did you do? And it's so funny because the people keep talking about, well, that's what we did. And it's consistent. And so a lot of people in the comment section, what I've noticed in those videos, the first thing they say, well, person who lost 100 pounds, what about this? I'm a parent, or I'm a single parent, or I work a 9 to 5. So I'm going to, for 9 hours, I'm going to be in traffic an hour in the morning and a traffic at night. Then I'm going to go to work for 9 hours. And the excuses come out the woodworks. And what I've understood, now that I understand it, like this, every video, I'm not even joking, you guys. I read the comments. I shouldn't even read them, right? Because it comes, and who can come up with the most excuses? Like, I'm not even shitting. Like literally when I watch those videos, not that I get discouraged watching the video. I love the video. I hate the comments. Because every comment is the same. Well, I work, so I have 9 hours in the day. Then I come home and I cook and I clean and I feed my kids. And then I got to go to sleep. And you're like, listen, every graph we've ever pulled out shows every graph over and over. Like you have like at least 37 hours left in your week. Even if you put in sleep, you put in eating, you put in traffic, you put in everything, 37 hours. And so a lot of times when you really break it down, when you hear these people on these weight loss, they literally for an hour either walked after work, walked during lunch at work, but mostly walked after work, and kind of had smaller lunch portions. And I mean, it just, and I go, if you did a compilation of all these videos, and I've heard everybody's story over and over again, it's like they just reached a point where they're like, all right, time for this. And so I always try to tell people, watch some of those videos. It's the power of consistency. It's the power of consistency. So back to making 100,000 a year. A lot of times, a lot of you watch the video with Terry, Invest with Terry. And make sure you guys hit the like button. It's 90. It's like almost 100 of y'all in here and like 20 likes. You know, like the video. If you're not going to super chat, you're not going to donate, you're not going to buy anything, just like the video. It's free. And so a lot of you watch the video Invest with Terry. And I'm very proud of a lot of you because you actually purchase her course. Congratulations. Right? But what am I telling you? You need to be focused next year. That's your only focus. Like learning that skill, and it's good because Terry has like a group training. She has a news list. She has all these things. She has all these things because in that section, she's going to be teaching you kind of wrap your mind around it, right? Wrapping your mind around investing, wrapping your mind around, being knowledgeable about stocks and technical analysis and stuff like that. And just being in that group of people. So the thing I want people to understand out of that is go all in. Go all in on, what Erica, I spent, $2,000 on Terry's course and I only have like 1,000 to get started or 2,000 to get started in stocks. Great. That's your focus. Like for the next 90 days, I just want you watching stock related YouTube videos and be on, wherever you need to be, wherever you guys are focusing at, focus there. And yes, you may, even though we say like 200, what was it? 200 a day. At the end of the day, an extra 30 grand, 40 grand. It's good to go. It's good to go. And I think what people don't understand is imagine having a side thing that brought an extra 30 or 40 grand. Thanks, Greek Surgeon, for the $5 super chat. Thank you. I'm driving though. I gotta pay attention. but that's the thing. It's like focus and commitment. And those are really important words because I didn't start with the credit repair being a 6-figure thing. I didn't start that way. And I didn't start with this YouTube channel being a 6-figure thing. It didn't start that way. It started with commitment and focus and commitment to service. I'm so committed to serving people that it kept growing and growing. And now I have people on staff who help me do these things. Like I don't do these things alone, right? And I always want to convey that. Like these things aren't done alone, right? These things are done out of service, out of seeing people succeed, seeing people win, and doing good business. I don't know where in America I think, well, we're going to do business just because I deserve money. And I get that. But it became a thing of just serving. So you got the courses doing this. You got the credit repair doing this. You got the conferences and the speeches I'm speaking at next year. That's a whole revenue stream on its own. But it came out of service and commitment. And so when people say, Erica, just tell me how to make 100 grand, boo, I need to know where you're at and what you're trying to do. So just like I gave with the example with the DealMachine, I'll tag it in below. What you end up doing is once you say, let's do a theory here. Sorry. And you take a picture of 1,000 houses in your area, right? Because the cool thing about the app, and I'm not even marketing the app like as an affiliate, I'm just telling you I'm using this app for the next 30 days to give an example. You have 5 people who can be on one account, right? So let's say you're a big dog, and you hire 4 other people to take pictures of houses that you've told them are your criteria. So then you get a database of like 1,000 pictures, right? Now you ain't got to send all the postcards out right then and there, but it's like out to like 99 cents, right? And now I know somebody's gonna say, well, I can do it cheaper. I can write the stuff down myself and do this and do that. And I'm not, but you're missing my point of the whole conversation. The whole conversation is getting the stuff into the app. You see the information and then mailing out the postcards and putting it on a continuous cycle. Why is that important? Because consistency. And the app, and a lot of these apps tell you around month 3 is when people start seeing returns, or around their third mailing. Now, what is their third mailing? Their third mailing, you know, what if you send out mail every 3 weeks? You send mail out every 3 weeks. Okay, in 6 weeks, well, not really, in 9 weeks or so, you may hear back and close a deal. You may not, right? But that's the thing, is like taking that consistent action and not having to think about it, right? Not having to go, okay, I need some more postcards out. Like, you have an app there that's helping you streamline just one part of your business. So for a lot of you, everybody's like, land glide, Erica, land glide. Okay. But like, I literally watched a video from Max Maxwell the other day talking about creating like $100,000 business, like I can't remember the exact title of his video. Maybe it was like 7 keys of what you need to have a real estate investment company, right? Wholesaling. A lot of people start there. And a lot of it was simple. I mean, I'm not even knocking y'all, but I'm just saying it was like an app that was better than Google Phones. It wasn't like Google, it was like Voice something. I'll look it up, and I am going to make a tag in this. Somebody put in the comments after this video renders to put in the information about Max Maxwell video. But literally, it was literally so simple. I hate to say it like that, but it was like Lead Propeller. I've told you guys about that. Thank you, Marcus Brown, for the super chat. So Lead Propeller is simpler to Investor Carrot, where sometimes you have like 3 sites, right? One site is a buyer's website, a seller's website, and what's the other one? Usually like post your listings or something. But essentially, like, Lead Propeller does the same thing Invest Carrot does, and Lead Propeller is like $49 a month. But so long story short, like, out of that category of stuff you needed, that DealMachine is so simple. Then you got your websites that are super easy one pagers, and then you got your phone systems where you can return people's phone calls, and then you have like 2 or 3 other pieces. That's it. And what people miss out of that equation is, okay, what's the best system? What's the best app? Okay, Erica, you told me this app and it's really cool and it's really easy. But what's the best? Listen, the best part of that whole thing is consistency. So whether it's just you, one person, turning around, taking all these pictures around town, driving for dollars, and now you don't have to sit there and write out all these addresses and write them on a piece of paper and have your car full of pieces of paper. You take a picture, so your mind is fresh. Like, oh, what did I want to buy? Who did I want to call? Oh, there's a picture of the house that I wanted to buy. Right? So that really, like, last night, I just wanted to get that out, because so many people ask, like, how to get started in real estate, what's the best apps, and what about money, and what about credit cards? And I'm like, dude, it's consistency. It's consistency. So same thing when Andre Hatchett and several people came on talking about mobile notary and different things, is consistency and being like diving deeper into that niche, right? And like, every time people be like, well, there's a lot of notaries in California. Again, that's spectating. That's watching what everybody else is doing instead of going, okay, what is Andre talking about that's different? I'm going to have this website, and I'm going to have Google Places, and I'm going to spend a little bit more money on Google Ads, because guess what? Most people don't. And I keep trying to tell y'all the difference. There's a book called The Slight Edge and the Compound Effect. I know there's like another additional 1,000 people that are new to the channel. Thank you so much. The subscribers are growing. I appreciate it. And so, but I keep trying to let people know, because I feel like you always ask me for books, and really both books say the same thing but different. Slight Edge and Compound Effect. Compound Effect is essentially what you do for 3 years is who you are, and is who you will become. The Slight Edge is, if people do just a little bit more, they would be more than Slight Edge. They would be more than 90% of all audience. Now, why is that? Because most people are average. Don't take it personal. It's just a saying. But most people are average. They want to get up, drive in traffic, go home. They don't want to do, that's too much, Erica. You're asking me to do too much. And the reason that's so important is because it replies to all the videos and all the comments I'm seeing all over YouTube. Oh man, who got the time for that? Who got the money for that? Who got the this for that? Every one of those people that were asking that girl, well, does she have a job? And the girl, and every time I watch these videos, these women clearly have jobs. They clearly have jobs, but guess what? They've made the decision to go work out. They've made the decision to eat different. And that's when you get mad people in the comments like, well, you don't understand because you don't have children, or you don't understand because you're not married. Like, they find an excuse when there is no excuse. That's really what it is. It's like, how can I find another excuse when there is none? When there's no available escape of, hey, let's just eat a little less and work out a little more consistently for like 5 months, and this girl lost 100 pounds. No, it has to be some other reason, Erica, that she lost 100 pounds. How? She's taking a magical pill, or you know. And so a lot of times you sit there and you go, that's the same it is in business. The same people that are sitting here fighting me in the comment section, sending me emails all the time. Well, Erica, what about this situation? My situation's different. And I go, but have you been consistent? Have you applied every technique I talked about? Have you applied what the people in I'm bringing people on the channel who are winners, you know, and I, if I could show my tax returns without having some identity theft, I would. But then people would be like, Erica, you're bragging and you're an asshole. So, I mean, whatever, dude. I mean, it's hard to like win here on the internet. Hey, Erica, I'm 36. I have money in my 403B. I'm thinking of taking money out to buy a rental property. What are your thoughts? Again, it depends. I don't know your in-depth situation. The only time I would recommend people take a loan out against themselves is if they were investing. Now, this is the problem. Many people don't have a ton of money set up in their retirement accounts. So a lot of people say, don't do that. Don't take money out. Don't do that. But that might be the only place people are going to get money to do it. Right? And there's a lot of techniques on how to invest for your 401k. That's not my specialty. I won't lie to you. That's not my specialty. It's just not. So it's not my specialty, so I'm not going to overly talk about it. But that is where there's a lot of channels on it, and there's a lot of people who can help you do that. So congratulations, Davita. I'm parked, y'all. I'm not driving right now, so you know I can read the comments for a little bit. But essentially, Davita got a retail spot. Okay, Davita, you know what you got to do? You really got to ramp up the Etsy, the eBay, the everywhere you're selling your products. Greek surgeon, I gotta find somebody. You know, here's the thing, Greek surgeon. What ends up happening is a lot of times I think I have right now maybe 150 emails of people who are invited whenever they want to come on the show. And you'll play this, oh, I don't know, I'm busy today. Oh, I'm busy this week. Oh, I'm busy that week. Oh, I'm busy this week. Oh, I don't know. Like, we're playing this like tag, and we're both busy people. As much as y'all see me on here on the internet and y'all think, well, man, Erica ain't busy. Like, literally, I just told you what I was doing earlier for 4 hours is like, choop, 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 picture, 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 picture. Picture, picture, picture. And like, you know, thank you so much for the 199 super chat. Thank you, 24/7 hustle. But essentially, you know, when you tell people be consistent and invest, I get it. People get frustrated because they're like, how sway? How can I get to 100,000? So it's one of those things where you have to pick a thing and you have to hammer the hell out of it. And I'm trying to make it seem better or different phrasing than that. But that's a lot of it. It's a lot of it. Because Terry, I'm trying to think who I brought on the channel. Terry, I brought on Jamila, who saved 85,000. And yes, we're doing a part 2 with Tasha from Financial Garden. I know everybody was like, well, you labeled the video how to get rid of $85,000 in debt, Erica, and you didn't even do that. Well, that I realized we had a second part of the video, and I don't like the way it looks, but I'm going to bring her on for a live YouTube, and she said she will do it this week coming up. Sub-Zero is going to come on Monday, and he's going to talk about being in tech and Salesforce certification. He actually trains people. So I might bring him on and one of his students to tell us like how did it work out for them and like why tech is so important. But you guys got to understand, like, there's hundreds of emails I have out for people to come on the show. It's literally based off schedules. It's based off schedules. Like, and I think honestly, let's be really honest, a lot of people are enticed by the, oh my God, Facebook's so amazing, and Instagram is so amazing. And then when you tell them YouTube is long money, YouTube is get paid for years, not just today, not just Instagram likes, not just Facebook validation. They're like, oh, I don't know, Eric, I don't know. You're like, okay, cool. So I try to get out. I try to bring the hitters on. Oh, 24/7. It's okay. Like 24/7, you just change the numbers, but that's okay. Thank you though. I appreciate you trying. I really do. Let me see what else. What other comments did I miss while I was driving? Uh, yeah, focus is key. Health, weight, and real talk. Thank you, VC. But yeah, so another thing is, while I'm before I go in this building, but like the breakdown honestly is a lot of you have to do the breakdown of the math, right? So right now, even if as I'm talking and I'm thinking about it, 100,000 when it comes to whether you're investing in real estate or even the trucking. Like when I was talking with Hood Estates about the trucking, a lot of people are like, well, how can we get to 100,000? I'm like, look, we told you, if you've been watching any of the videos, any of the clips, it's about 1,000 to 1,500 a week for the trucking, right? So let's do the math on that. That's 4,000 to 6,000 a month. Okay, let's do the math on that. That's about 48,000 to 60,000 a year. Now you know your truck's gonna need some oil changes, some tires, some other stuff. You're gonna have to keep it up. So what would you do in that equation? Well, you would need 2 trucks. 2 trucks would get you to 100,000. 3 trucks would get you to 150. You know, but people, again, more responsibility, more wealth comes with more responsibility. So now you went from 1 truck that's just passive income to 3. And a lot of times when I get on the phone with you, you guys are like, well, my uncle or my cousin so-and-so said that I need to have my own authority. I need to do all this, that, and this and that. And I'm like, listen, I'm not teaching you about that. We're not talking about daily operations. We're not talking about putting up loads. We're not doing all that. We're literally using companies and using the truck as a tool. And when you start trying to like reinforce that ideal, people really fight it because they're like, well, my blah, blah, blah said blah. Listen, bro, do you want to hear it from a millionaire, multimillionaires out of Hood Estates, or Trucking Justin? Do you want to hear it from people who are actually doing it, who are actually successful? Or do you want to hear it from your uncle who didn't make it, right? Like, I'm not knocking your uncles. I'm not knocking your cousin. I get it. A lot of emails I get from y'all are mad because I'm like, well, this said this. Like, bro, like, miss me with that, right? Don't hit me with that comment. So again, that's just 1, the trucking. 2, with Terry. If Terry said you make 200 a day, I think it came out to 48,000. So what would be your goal to get to 100,000? 400 a day. But you say, well, Erica, I can't get 400 a day. Stock market, I can't do that. Okay, well, what's another avenue that you're going to do that? Right? So again, the math is always getting it back from 100,000. So like, let's really do the math. 100,000. Thank you, 24/7 Hustle, for the super chat. A second super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. So 100,000 is what? 8,300 a month. We're just doing rough math. I know it's like 8,333, but 8,300. If you're already making 4,000 or 5,000 from your job, and I don't ever on this channel tell you to quit your job. I'm like, just figure out the math. Okay, right? So let's say you're making 4,000 or 5,000 from your job. That means you're short what? $3,000 to $4,000. So again, a lot of you are sitting here fighting with me about how to make 100,000 a year, but we got to do the math. We got to work you back from where you are now. So if you already had a job and your situation got you with $4,000 coming in a month, and you know to get 100 grand a year, you need to be making 8,300 a month. So that means you're short what? 4,300. Okay, that's what you're short. So you're working with Terry. and you're applying that technique, boom, 48,000. You just closed the gap. Sorry about that. And I don't think y'all understand that. That's the math I'm working from. But a lot of you, what you're trying to do is say, no, Erica, I'm trying to figure out how to make 100,000 my first year, quitting my job, starting from scratch, learning a whole new system. And you will choke your business out and die. Straight up. Because you cannot afford to reinvest in your business. You have to be taking money out of it to live. And that doesn't work. It's been proven over and over that it doesn't work. Now, many people say, well, Erica, you want me to work for a year and don't take no money out? That's not what I'm saying. Hear me out. Hear me out. A lot of you are trying to make your baby business pay you big stacks. You just can't do that. And even now, like, looking back, if I remember going to some conferences and some seminars, and if people said, Erica, you need to take, I think at the time it was like $3,000. This is years ago. You need to take this $3,000 you make it off YouTube and you need to put it back in your business. You need to put ads. You need to be running this. You need to be doing that. You need to be having a better website. You need to, and I'm like, oh man, I don't want to hear that shit. I didn't want to hear it. I was like, I'm working really hard on this channel. I deserve it. Now, when this channel is making, I'm not telling too much, but 10 and 15K a month, I see now it's so much work because I should have put it in back then. So now I'm having to pay money to get a better website. I'm having to pay money to do all this and pay because I didn't do it then. Right? When we have 50 credit repair orders come in one day, oh shit, like I can't do that all by myself. I had to hire this person to help me. Like I can't do it all by myself. I cannot get on the phone with all 50 people in one day. That didn't make mathematical sense. So again, what I'm telling y'all, a lot of y'all are like, give me to 100,000. It's going to take consistency. It's going to take reinvesting in your business, good customer service, and math. Okay. So we talked about Terry. We talked about the wholesaling thing. So again, if you have a job that's paying you, like Brian's lucky, he got a job paying 100,000 plus a year. But I'm just saying, well, if you only have a job making you 40, and a lot of you are going to say, well, Erica, what about my time? Guess what? You're going to have to chalk it somewhere. That's either Monday through Friday, 1 hour a day, taking pictures, just as an example, through this DealMachine app, or spending your whole Saturday, Sunday driving for dollars, filling the pipeline with this DealMachine app, and then spending the next month, 2 months, 3 months, following up, seeing if people want to sell, seeing if people are invested in some type of deal, right? To get you to 100,000. Am I right or am I right? Okay. You know, like that's how my cousin says it. Am I right or am I right? So, wow, you made it so simple with closing the gap concept. Yeah. Lisa Phillips says, no, not Lisa Phillips. Sorry, I apologize. Paula Pant says, mind the gap. And a lot of times I think that drives people crazy, but that's what it is. Like when I really get people on the phone, I go, well, where are you spending your money? Print out your bank statement and tell me what's on it. People be like, oh man, Eric, I can just see my bank statement online. I didn't ask you for that. I asked you to print it out. Because that paper, you know, exactly, Dougie, exactly. But that's my whole point is people quit too early. The average person, when I'm on these, I'm not bashing anybody. I won't say any names. But when I'm in some of these wholesaling groups and these real estate groups, people be like, I've been trying so hard for a year. Oh my God, I've been trying for a year and it doesn't work. And people go, well, how many days a week? How many hours in a week? How many phone calls have you made? How many, what's your tracking data? How many bandit signs you put out? I'm just giving examples, right? And they have no data points. Well, I'll put some out. Let's do the honest math. I mean, a lot of them have already said you need to buy 1,000 bandit sides, 18 by 24 size at the beginning of this. And you need to put 100 out every week. And don't worry about it. Let the city take them up, right? And when people say that, oh my God, people are like, no, right? Yeah, I mean, Harlem real estate, we'll go there too, but I'm just giving this as an example. Or you need to be making this many phone calls, or you need to be driving for dollars for this many hours. People get real offended when you make them put numbers to it. So don't tell me you try to start a business or you try to do all these projects and it didn't work. And then when I asked you how many hours you're putting into it, where's your QuickBooks.com? Where's your business bank account? Where's your numbers? Like, you have no proof that you're putting in this work. Or you're over guesstimating how much work you're really putting into it. Because again, I know a guy who's a personal trainer, and I think his is like 500 2 times a week. Yeah, 2 times a week for a month is like $500. And everybody's like, dude, what's the problem? Well, I have like 5 clients. Okay, but you work a full-time job, so you know you're getting additional $2,500 a month into additional income for something you love to do anyway, which is the gym. Okay, do the math on that. 2,500 times a year. You know what I mean? 25K a year. Maybe people don't want to hear that, but it's like, let's break this math down. There you go. 24/7 hustles at Erica. I drive truck. I make 90K a year, 60 a week, cut grass when I get off. I also have a mobile car wash, pressure wash house, 3 side hustles. I did well over 6 years. Okay, now 24/7 hustle. Your goal at this point is to take 10 stacks and put it in what? A rental. 10 stacks, put on a down payment into a rental. Okay, or 10, 20 stacks, put it into what? A truck, and lease that truck out. You know what I mean? Now you can have, you know what I mean? Let that first stream pay for all the other streams. Because a lot of people get mad at me on this channel when I say you need to make more money. Well, Erica, I just need to manage the money I have. And people get real mad. Well, if you don't manage the money you currently have, it doesn't matter if you make more. And I go, but it does. Managing $3,000 versus managing $15,000 a month is two different things. Because most of us, just being honest, before lifestyle creep, between mortgage and car, can probably most of our base bills paid by $2,000 to $3,000. And that's why when I say a lot of people are average, what I'm saying is a lot of people hit their goal and I'm like, oh, well, my rent's paid. Well, my cable bill's paid. I have just enough paid. I'm good. And so when I sit here and try to tell people, like, you got to get the 10K, man, you got to get 10K for what? Okay, to invest. In what? Okay, in apps. Why? You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. Also, when you hit this 100K mark, I know that drives you crazy when I'm talking about 100K so much. But when I talk about 100K, the reason I keep saying 100K is because when you want to start getting business lines of credit and getting business loans and getting real estate investments, something about that number, it unlocks doors. It just does. It really, really does. And also, it kind of like reshapes your debt to income ratios. President Hudson, Erica, when can we expect the course on flippa.com? I've been looking into it, but I need some direction. Man, I really don't have, like, all I've done on Flippa, and I'm trying to get this guy who's done better than me. That's the key. I'm not an expert on everything. But what I do, I document on this channel for y'all. I always try to refer you to somebody who's doing it day in and day out and day in and day out consistently for 2-3 years, because that person's way ahead of me and they can talk about it. I've been on Flippa. What I was saying is I've been on Flippa purchasing websites because for me to there was a I'm trying to not give too much away, but there was a tactical ideal I had for some clothing, and like I had a whole different Instagram, and I was going to show all this shooting and training and technical things, but literally there was a website already put together, already done, already getting traffic because of the name and the pictures, and it was great. And so what I always tell people is, like, there's a lot of power in that. There's a lot of people owning little websites that pull in $3,000 a month from Google and different techniques. So you got 3 websites, each pulling in $3,000 a month. You got what? $9,000. So there's a lot of ways just to get to $100,000, but you guys got to figure out how committed are you, right? Like when I talk to people on the phone about the mobile notary stuff and spending like $150 to $300 a month on Google AdWords, they're literally looking at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, you live in a smaller town. Your city has less than 500,000 people. You could be the top dog, right? People keep seeing your ads, keep calling you. You keep getting referrals, more referrals. Like there's a book called Endless Referrals. I can't remember the name of the book author, but if anybody can write the author in, I'd appreciate it. But the book is called Endless Referrals. And essentially what people don't understand is, people are doing all these touches and all these calls, but if you could get 5 people to tell you about their 5 friends and repeat, it just is what it is. Oh, Dougie J, spend money to make money. I think people really don't believe that. They think, oh, Erica, you're full of crap. I can get this free traffic. Yes, SEO works still, But what's consistent? Do you want consistent money in your pocket? Let me rephrase the question. And let's hit the like button. It's like 139 of y'all in here. 69 likes. Come on, y'all. Roscoe, Bob Burr, endless referrals. Yes. So Daryl Walker, you have to spend money. So like when people tell me they want a $100,000 business, I'm sitting here going, okay, well, how much is your marketing department? Oh, nah, man, I ain't got no marketing. Nah, we ain't doing no marketing. We doing free SEO. Da 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 da. And I go, everybody in your category, your sphere, to get to 100,000 is marketing to some degree. So you're going to be the magical unicorn that does not have paid traffic. Now, let me set it up better too, because someone will say, "Well, Erica, why should I use paid traffic? What's the difference? What's the benefit?" And the benefit is consistent income, right? And there's even videos where people are like, "Oh, aren't you tired of spending money on consistent traffic?" Are you serious? You're tired of putting in blood to your business so that it will beat? Like when I talk about the home advisor thing, and the reason I didn't finish the painting course is because I would have to spend like $2,000 to $4,000 a month, right? And then we would sell the contracts, and yes, we were making 20 to 30 a month, 20 to 30,000 a month. And yes, you can get to a point where you're starting to just run your business off referrals. But guess what? Referrals ain't always consistent. You know, the Joneses ain't trying to always keep up at the same time. So you could be in a neighborhood, do a fence job. All the neighbors see the signs. All the neighbors see how great the fence looks and how fast y'all work. And then 6 months later, hey, we finally ready to get our fence. Now, what happened in that 6-month period? Yeah, it was an endless referral, but you didn't get it right away. So what do you need in that meantime? Business. So I don't want to get too deep in the rabbit hole. We're going about 42 minutes. I'm going to get on out of here. But I think BLC, how can we contact you for consult? Consult's always in the links. It's always in the links. If any of the moderators are in here, if you could put any links in there for BLC, that would be so great. I saw 1 or 2 moderators were here. But again, hey, love your channel. Very high quality info. Thank you, Charlie Morgan J. Make money while you're asleep. Listen, if you don't figure out how to make money while you're asleep, you'll die making money. Yeah, Warren Buffett has a very unique Harlem real estate stories. I wanted to also touch back on what she said before, or he said before I leave out. Start with a real estate company that has a great training program. Now the thing is, Keller Williams has an amazing training program, but what it gets back down to again is, I'm gonna be careful, the 150 people you know. So a lot of times agents are taught with some training to do open houses to get people they don't know. They're taught with training to get all this, get all this foreign traffic. But a lot of people that I've seen be ultra successful have traffic kind of given to them. Even 1 or 2 agents I know, I've given them every sale they've ever had, except for 3. But they still pretend like, oh, I did all this work. No. I gave you every sale you had, except for 3. Miss me with that. Miss me with that and pay me. Right? So you have to always be, good training is great. There's great training out there, but again, you still are going to have to fill the pipeline. And when I talk about 150 people, there's a book called The Power of Who. So I'm going to have to start getting a book list, or somebody put the books in the comments or something, because people keep asking for a book list, and I'm like, I have to sit down and write it right now. It's a lot of books. But The Power of Who, essentially, it asks you to write down 150 people you know, and then look at that list of 150 people you know. Are any of those 150 people you know going to help you excel or go further, or who can you sell to? And that is what a lot of insurance companies make people do. That's what a lot of real estate companies ask you to do. Write down 150 people you know who would be willing to buy real estate. And that's the hiccup. That's the problem, because sometimes if you're Hispanic or Black, or you're in a lower income, or you're just fresh out of college, all the people you know are going to be doing what? Looking for apartments, and you're selling houses. The two don't mix, right? So, or out of that 150 people you know, that's why I'm always telling people to go on LinkedIn for recruiting opportunities, sales opportunities. That's why I'm always talking about going to conferences, or actually just documenting your journey of being, a real estate agent or whatever, right? And again, I make this comment not lightly. If you meet a real estate agent that's been doing it for 10, 15, 20 years and they have no rental properties, 1, they're a hobby agent, possibly. And 2, which I'm not knocking hobby agents, but 2, how serious is somebody and their love for real estate and their income capacity if they have no rentals. You can't be elbows deep in real estate every single day of the week and no deal has ever come your way. It's just not possible. Erica, the 12-week year is a perfect mindset here. With all the resources you've given over the last couple of weeks, focusing your energy on just one the next few months can be a best start. Yeah, I mean, President Hudson, seriously, like, if you're going to go with Terry and do stocks, do stocks. But figure out your gap, right? Like, we're saying the number is 100,000 a year, right? The goal is 100,000 a year. If you're already making $4,000 at your job, you just need another, $4,000 to get to the 8,000 a month. And 8,000 a month gets you to the 100,000 a year. Now, many of you are going to come back later in the comments. Erica, it's $8,333. That makes 100,000 a year. And you're like, okay, bro, whatever makes you feel good about yourself. God bless you, because you clearly need something to make you feel good about yourself to put that. But think about that, right? If you're already at $4,000, you just need the other $4,000. You got to figure out where in that gap space are you. But pick one thing and work it hard. Any Cali folks on here? Al Gordon, there's always California folks all up in the comment section. We got the Bay Area, Long Beach. Goldie Smith, thank you for the $10 super chat. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Blessings. Nashu, thank you. North Bay, Los Angeles up in here. Lewis, I'd love to get in contact with you. Phil Del Con Investments. Y'all, hey, there you go. I started reading the 12-week year book that you suggested. Good read so far. Congratulations. Inglewood, okay. Yeah. To make it out here, you have to have a finger in every pie. Not necessarily every pie, Dougie, but like kicking that money off, right? Like literally, if you have two things working and each thing brings you 50,000, because here's the really honest fact. Some of y'all jobs will never give you a raise. And if they do, it's going to be like $1. And to me, working your ass off for $1 raise when you could focus real hard into something you could kick butt in for a year don't make sense to me. So again, later tonight I'm going to do a credit show because I got so many emails and we did so many sales on credit repair during the Black Friday. I definitely want you guys to know. Lewis Gordon, how many different niche sites do you own? Look, Lewis Gordon, unless you want to buy them, I cannot tell you. But that's the thing. Like, I think what people don't understand is you can have several niche sites making you money. So it's one of those things. So but yeah, I'll do more videos. Carrie Stringfield, I don't give out my email address. You can just hit me in the comment section, or you can go to classycl.com blog and hit me there. I met a young lady that says she's your cousin. Uriah McIntosh, I will have to tell you, that would be very hard because I only have 4 girl cousins in the whole world. like I always have to tell people I only have like literally 4. Like, I have 20 boy cousins, but I have like 4 girl cousins. And like 2 of them, well, let me be careful because they might be watching this, are married into the family. So really I have 2 blood girl cousins. So I just want to make it very clear, like, when people say they're my cousin, I don't have any girl cousins. I have like 4. You know what I'm saying? So let me know who this magical person is, because I'm like, yeah, I didn't see him at the Thanksgiving this past year. Didn't see him. So anyway, let me see what else I got in here. No play cousins. Hey, Nina's my internet cousin. You ever hear internet cousins? I have internet cousins that I hang out with. So anyway, but again, y'all, I'm gonna roll out of here. But later tonight, we're gonna be doing a credit focus. Bring your credit only questions to tonight's show. I want to keep the shows separate. I'll do another video on how to make 100K in 2019 video, and we'll have it more organized than me just jumping in the car talking. Because I know y'all loved a little bit more organized videos. Also, we'll have Tasha coming on sometime this week, and then we'll have Monday Sub-Zero talking about tech. What else videos? Oh, Andre, can you post the links in there if you could? I'm about to get ready to leave, but if you could. But essentially, If you guys check out the last couple videos, I had Tasha from Detroit, paid off $85,000 in debt. We didn't get the debt question actually in that clip. And so the part 2, I was a little disappointed with. So we're going to do a live to have better questions, Q&A. You're a Macintosh. I really only have like 4. I mean, like, and when you see my cousins, you wouldn't even believe they're my cousins because one's Puerto Rican, the other's half white, and the other's Asian. No, their mother's Thai. So the 2 that are like blood but distant are half Thai. Half Thai. So you would look at me and look at her and you wouldn't even know, right? So then the other 2 are Puerto Rican and half white. So if we were all in the room, you wouldn't even know we were all related. You wouldn't even know. So that's the funny part. I'm like, not my cousin. So anyway, you guys, look, this is Erica, Classy Climb Blog. Thank you guys for being here. Later tonight, we'll have the credit. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave. I'll definitely put the links up after this video renders. But again, if you can see a boy that's my cousin, possibly is my cousin. I have a lot of boy cousins. But if it's a girl, probably not. So, all right, everybody. This is Erica from the Classy Climb Blog. Links for the videos are always below. Hey, thank you. If you haven't got the Smart for a Millionaire book, How to Invest in People, Real Estate, and Land from the Palm of Your Hand, it is also in the links below. If you want to be a part of the private Facebook group where it's really popping, hit them links below as well. So, everybody, this is Erica, Classy Climb Blog. Later.